Alright, ladies, this is Alex from Mindful Attraction 2.0, and today I'm going to be talking about how to create space in order to make a guy chase. I get this question a lot. You guys ask me a lot about how do I give him space? How do I do this? How long do I have to give him space for? And so I'm going to answer that question because giving the guy space the right way is necessary in order to make him attracted to you. Giving the guy space allows him to experience what it's like to not be around you. Giving the guy space allows him to return to an emotional homeostasis where he's back to how he normally feels, and then he contrasts that with how you made him feel. And if there's a huge contrast, he'll say, "Holy shit, I miss her." Right? So how do you create that? Because that's what giving a guy space is all about. It's not to punish the guy per se, but more to prepare him for the reward, right? And the way that you reward him is through using space in order to encourage him chasing you. You reward that behavior with your attention, with whatever he likes, right? And then you continue the cycle. And so where women get chasing wrong is that either they develop the reputation of being someone who teases, of being someone who just speaks and doesn't do anything. That's one thing where the guy will says, you know what, she's just playing games, fuck her, like I'm not down with that, right? That's one of the reasons. Also is because the punishment doesn't fit the crime, where you may be going a little bit overboard, where you're not really you're not really how can I say this? You're not really reacting to the situation as you should, as opposed where what most women do is that their neediness causes them to react in a way that's a little bit too overboard. You see, and so they'll try to hide their attraction a little bit too much, not because they don't know how to calibrate it, but because the perception is being jaded. You can't calibrate because of your neediness. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you text someone, you feel like you have to say something impressive in order to impress them. It's because you like them. The neediness, which you get needy when you get around someone you like, unless you're not trained to do that. But for the most part, your neediness. Oh fuck! What's your... One second. All right. So your neediness will make you overreact. So you'll think that you need to be a little bit more cold, when in reality he's not. In reality, all you gotta do is just be a little bit cold, And so you tend to go overboard. You'll take when he texts you, rather than waiting a day, you take 3 or 4 days because you think you need to, show that you're not needy, and you go a little bit too far. So how is it done, right? Let me show you how this is done, right? You want to have a little baseline, like when he doesn't text you, when he texts you. Okay, so the way that you use space is through first giving him a taste of what you have. Okay, come on, like like attention, other ways. It's not just sex, okay? But you show him attention, right? You show attraction. You show that you're actually attracted to him. For example, you tell him, "Oh my God, I can't wait to see you." Let's say you guys set up a date, right? "I can't wait to see you," right? And he's like, "Yeah, I can't wait to see you too," right? And on the day of the date, he's like, "Yo, are you ready for? I can't wait to see you later on tonight," right? And then you don't text him until a few hours prior to the date. The space that you create and not responding to him when you guys are supposed to go out, and he's just asking you if you guys are going to confirm for later on tonight, brings fear in his heart. He's like, "Oh shit, what happened? Is she not gonna come?" You see? And so creating space is all about. There's a rule is that when you create space, always have a valid excuse. Don't create space by telling him, "Why didn't you text me back?" And you respond with, "Well, I was creating space, to get you attracted to me, or I was I just didn't want to text you back." Like, don't do that, because then he's gonna get resentful, right? So what you have to do then is actually have an excuse, a valid excuse. For example, like saying, "Oh, I didn't text you back because my phone died. Seriously, my bad." But the reason why is because it returns him to a normal emotional place, right? He can't get mad at you because something happened with your phone. It wasn't your fault. But also, it allows him to experience losing you without it affecting your relationship. You see? So you're using space with minimal, without losing out, because your excuse says that I'm sorry, like my phone died. Now, you have to develop the reputation of someone who texts back. So the thing is about space is that you first have to create a pattern. You have to create a pattern in order for when you create space, then they notice the difference instantly. Because as humans, we always try to predict patterns. We're always trying to predict events, you see. So when you develop a pattern with someone who texts back quickly, then you create space by breaking that pattern and not responding at the usual amount of time. So for example, it's kind of like texting. You guys are texting. Hey, let's hang out. You guys, you text him. Hey, how are you? He's like, hey, what's up? Oh, not much. Just hanging out. Hey, what are you doing tonight? You wait. You see? For example, you say, oh, not much hanging out. Oh, what you been up to today? No, talking. Having fun with my friends. Oh, wow, that's what's up, man. Nah, man, I'm doing something tonight. What are you doing tonight? I'm not doing nothing. You see, you responded fast. Yo, we want to hang out. And then you break that pattern by taking a little bit longer, taking 5 times. So if you responded within a minute, you text them within 10 minutes. You see, if you usually responded within 30 minutes, you text them in 2 hours. And so that's what creating space is, just breaking the pattern. So, but if you don't create that pattern, he's not going to notice the difference. So that pattern can also be from the perspective of you creating attraction. You show him that you're attracted to him. You showing interest, then suddenly breaking the pattern. He's like, I have her. He's comfortable. He gets used to the pattern because the brain's looking for patterns. You got the pattern, then boom, you take it away. And now he's like, oh shit, whoa, what the fuck? Oh my God, where is she? Oh Lord. So that's why you do it. But the important thing about creating space, though, is that it cannot be done with resentment. You cannot say, I'm not talking to you because I'm mad at you. No, because then, once again, you have to make it so that it's natural, so that when you create space, he doesn't get defensive. You see, he has to. It's because if he gets defensive, that he's not gonna get needy. He's gonna want to retaliate. So you don't want that. So it has to. You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent, but then once in a while break that pattern. So if you're someone that enjoys talking on the phone and usually responds fast, usually like if you call him, you call him back. You break that pattern suddenly, and you stop responding, and you stop calling him back for like a few days. You see, and then you give him a valid excuse, like saying, "Oh my bad, this happened." Don't just say, "I wasn't calling you back." You see, because then he's gonna get resentful. It's very simple. It's a very simple thing. Very simple, very easy to implement. It's a way for you guys to understand that creating space is not more is an offensive and a defensive strategy. You see, it gets guys to chase and allows you to also see if the guy's attracted to you, because if you create space and he doesn't respond to you and he doesn't react to your space, then that means that he's not really as invested as you think he is. He doesn't like you as much as you think he likes you. It's a very simple thing. To be honest with you, man, I don't use these tactics, if I'm being quite honest with you, because I just prefer not to, But for women, I feel like this is pretty good. But this is why I always gotta remind you guys, though. You guys gotta be careful with this, because they're pretty effective strategies, and that's how you're able to get them attracted to you. You see, now it's not gonna guarantee love, but it's gonna get them interested in you, so that you can show your personality. Anyways, this is Alex from mindforattraction.org. I hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.